Just about 8:51 on this Sunday morning. This time of year, we start to expect maybe each day we should have some thunderstorms around during the afternoon. It's the monsoon flow that does that, and water vapor imagery picks up where the water is in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. Where it's not is across the southwest. It just has not become established. And so we're going to be into a bit of a dry stretch here outside of any cold fronts that may help to get storms going, and that's what happened on Friday, but we don't see any of that coming here over the next couple of days. So we are going to stay pretty dry and more than likely going to be awfully hot today. 76 degrees right now at Overhead Door near Powers and Galleys. Some of the clouds that have shaded us a little bit this morning are drifting east already. So you see a lot of blue sky back across the higher terrain now. We haven't seen any wind really develop there at Overhead Door, but give us some time and that should change too. Right now 79 in Pueblo West, so we're starting to heat up. It won't be long before we jump into the 80s. Again, no wind yet, but don't expect that to be the case this afternoon. How about Walsenburg? 76 degrees. West wind starting to pick up a little bit there at the Spanish Peaks Veterans Community Living Center. Again, there's a bit more cloud cover right now. It would be nice if I could suggest we'd keep that around, but don't count on it. Highs today in the 90s and 100s for the plains, 70s and 80s over the mountains and mountain valleys. We should challenge some records at lower elevations today. Combination of heat, dry conditions, and wind has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a red flag warning. That's in effect from noon until 8 o'clock. Covers all the red shaded areas that you see here. So pretty much anybody watching from the I-25 corridor and all of our neighbors over the mountains and mountain valleys to the west. Notice it does not extend out across the far eastern plains. The reason for that? You have a little low-level moisture to work with, which means slight chance we could get a storm to pop this evening, and if so, might even have a strong storm out near the Kansas state line. We had a couple of those actually in Baca County late yesterday, so not out of the question, won't affect us along I-25. Skycast shows whatever showers may develop blowing off into Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle pretty quickly, leaving the rest of us with a mostly clear sky and in a breezy evening, so it will take us some time to cool off. I think you're going to have a real tough time getting the temperature in that house under control today. Tomorrow, Mother Nature will help us out a bit. 88 sounds better than 95, but that's still a pretty warm day. And we'll be breezy at times again tomorrow too, so we may not be out of the woods with fire weather just yet. Finally, as we head into the middle of the week, it looks like we'll start to get some water back over the area. And if so, we'll see the isolated thunderstorms return. That should take the edge off the heat. I mean, even if you don't get the rain in the afternoon, as you know, any thunderstorms that can pop up will help to shade us and dump the temperatures a little bit. We'll probably be back up to 90 by next Saturday. Pueblo 97 tomorrow, probably mid-90s for the balance of the work week. Overnight lows mainly in the 60s. Again, that Wednesday through Friday time frame, that's going to offer us at least a chance for some rain. If I had to guess, I'd say Thursday would be our best chance to pick up significant rainfall. But we're still only talking maybe a 10% coverage, so I can't make any promises. Canyon City, you should reach the century mark today, then fall off into the 90s for the rest of the next 7 days. Overnight lows in the low to mid-60s, so pretty warm at night. About a 10% coverage on the storm starting Wednesday. We might increase that just a little bit on Thursday. You know, and even our mountain areas where typically, again, we would think, okay, you know, better chances each and every day for some storms. You know, not so much. Not until Wednesday. And then maybe Thursday the rain could actually be heavy. So we'll have 80s today for much of Teller County. Yeah. And we'll fall back into the 70s, a little bit more tolerable. With overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. So I mean, you're going to beat the heat, you know, swimming pool, find some shade, head up high, stay in the air conditioning, whatever you want to do. But it's going to be a hot afternoon. Right. A lot of options, though, to stay cool. And just be careful because we are in a red flag warning and dry conditions with wind. And, you know, we all know the deal about that. So just use caution. Normal this time of year, I guess. Yep, absolutely. All right, Marty, thanks so much. You're welcome.